Deep within the sun-scorched heart of the savanna, the dry season has turned the land into a maze of cracked earth and shrinking waterholes. For one small calf, a moment of curiosity is about to become a fight for survival. Wandering slightly too far from his mother's side, the young elephant steps onto what looks like solid, sun-baked ground near the edge of a waterhole. It is a trap. The crust gives way beneath his weight, and his legs sink into a hidden pit of thick, clinging mud left behind by the retreating water. Panic sets in almost instantly. He thrashes, trumpeting in distress, but every desperate movement only pulls him deeper. The mud tightens around his small frame like a vice, and within moments, he is buried past his knees, unable to free himself no matter how hard he strains. His cries cut through the heat-heavy air, carrying far across the open plain. It is a sound that no elephant in the herd can ignore. Elephants are bound by some of the strongest family ties in the animal kingdom, and a calf in distress triggers an immediate, almost instinctive response. Within minutes, the herd changes course. Massive shapes emerge from the shimmering heat haze, moving with surprising urgency for animals of such size. At the front is his mother, ears flared, moving faster than she has all day. Behind her, aunts, cousins, and older sisters fall into formation, an entire family unit converging on the sound of one small, frightened voice. The mother reaches the edge of the mud pit first. She does not hesitate. Lowering her massive head, she reaches out with her trunk, wrapping it gently but firmly around her calf's body, testing his position, assessing just how deeply he has been swallowed by the earth. The calf strains toward her, his own small trunk reaching upward, but the suction of the mud refuses to let go. This is no ordinary rescue. A young elephant's body, slick with mud and wedged at an awkward angle, is an immense weight to shift, and one wrong pull could injure him further. The mother understands this instinctively. She adjusts her grip, repositioning herself along the edge of the pit to find better footing on the firmer ground. One tug is not enough. She strains, muscles rippling beneath her thick hide, but the mud holds its prisoner. It is in this moment that the rest of the herd proves its worth. Two older females step forward, positioning themselves on either side of the mother. Together, they lower their trunks, forming a tangle of gray limbs around the trapped calf. It is coordinated in a way that seems almost impossible for creatures who cannot speak a shared language beyond rumbles and touch. Yet somehow, they move as one. On some silent cue, all three pull in unison, leaning back with their full body weight, front legs digging into the drying mud at the pit's edge for leverage. The calf shrieks as the mud finally begins to release its grip, first with a stubborn, sucking resistance, then all at once. He is hauled free, stumbling forward onto the firmer ground, legs shaking, coated head to toe in thick brown sludge. For a moment, he simply stands there, disoriented, adjusting to solid earth beneath his feet again. His mother wastes no time. She presses her trunk against his side, running it along his back and legs, checking for injuries, reassuring him with a low, rumbling touch that only a mother and calf can understand. He leans into her, exhausted but unharmed, the fear still visible in the wide, uncertain way he holds his ears. But the ordeal is not entirely over. Coated in mud, the calf now faces a different problem entirely. The thick sludge, if left to dry and harden across his skin, could crack and irritate him under the relentless sun, and worse, it could mask cuts or scrapes that might otherwise be tended to. The herd, ever practical, leads him toward the deeper, safer water at the center of the hole, the same water that had been retreating and drying at the edges. Here, under the watchful eyes of his rescuers, he is encouraged to wade in, the cooling water washing the mud from his small body in streaks of brown and gray. His mother stands guard beside him, occasionally dipping her own trunk into the water to spray a gentle stream across his back, helping loosen the caked earth still clinging to his ears and legs. The rest of the herd fans out around the waterhole, some drinking, others standing sentinel, scanning the tall grass and scattered acacia trees for any sign of danger. A vulnerable calf, freshly pulled from a life-threatening situation, is an opportunity that predators would not overlook, and the herd knows this. Every adult remains alert, ears constantly swiveling, trunks raised now and then to test the air for unfamiliar scents. There is no room for carelessness, not when the youngest and most vulnerable member of the family has just faced death and lived to tell of it. Nearby, a pair of jackals lingers at the tree line, drawn by the earlier commotion and the scent of disturbed mud. They watch from a cautious distance, low to the ground, patient in the way only scavengers can be. But the sheer wall of gray bodies surrounding the calf leaves no opening to exploit. One matriarch turns her head sharply toward the tree line, ears flaring wide, and the silent warning is enough. The jackals slink back into the shadows, choosing to wait for easier prey elsewhere. It is a small, almost unnoticed moment, yet it speaks to the invisible layer of protection a herd provides simply by existing as one unified, watchful body. Slowly, the calf regains his composure. The trembling in his legs eases. He begins to move with more confidence through the shallow water, and for the first time since the ordeal began, there is something almost playful in his steps, a small splash here, a curious dip of his trunk there. It is a remarkable transformation, the kind only possible when an animal knows, on some deep instinctive level, that it is safe. His mother remains close, her massive form a constant, comforting shadow beside him, but she allows him this moment, this small return to normalcy, after the terror of the mud pit. As the sun begins its slow descent toward the horizon, painting the sky in deep oranges and reds, the herd begins to move once more. The calf, now clean and steady on his feet, falls into step beside his mother, flanked by the aunts and sisters who moments ago fought to free him from the earth's grip. It is a quiet procession, but one built on an unspoken understanding, a bond forged not through words, but through the shared instinct to protect the smallest and most vulnerable among them. Behind them, the mud pit remains, a silent scar in the landscape, a reminder of just how quickly disaster can strike, and just how powerful the response of a family bound by loyalty and love can be. By nightfall, the herd will have moved far from the waterhole, the calf tucked safely between the towering legs of his relatives as they settle for the evening. The mud, the fear, the frantic pulling and thrashing, all of it fades into the background of a life that will be full of both danger and protection in equal measure. For this small elephant, today's lesson is one he will carry with him for the rest of his life. The ground beneath his feet is not always what it seems, but the family around him will always be there to pull him back from the brink.